Welcome back, everyone. For this session, there will be a 5-minute Q&A following each individual presentation. Therefore, speakers are kindly requested to remain standing at the podium after their presentation. Allow me to introduce our esteemed speakers for the second session. Mr. Sovichea Leang, Deputy Director of the Department of Green Economy from the Cambodian Ministry of Environment.
Very good afternoon and Excellency Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sovichea Leang and I'm from the Ministry of Environment. Now, give an overview of the Cambodia waste management and the current status of what we have done so far in Cambodia. So as you can see, that's the background, and before we use like the traditional bag to go to the market, and we have like the lotus leaf and the banana leaf to pack our food, our products. But now you see, because of the high income of the people and the modern technology, some development, and then you can see at the other side that people, when they go to the market, they have a lot of plastic bag. And you can see another picture on the top in the breakfast dinner breakfast table. You order only one noodle, but you have a lot of like plastic cup and a lot of the other to pack the food. So this is the trend that we rely that, and it's give us the pressure on our society, of our environment. And that's why you can see in our landfill before and after that we have a lot of waste inside our landfill. So after we record some data that the waste import to our landfills in our municipal city, we can see a lot of the amount of our waste increase dramatically, and we see a lot of composition of our waste in that, and including the plastic waste also. And according to that, we some study, and we see we have low recycling rate of our waste in Cambodia, only around 20% of our total municipal waste, and we can recycle only 20% of that. So that's why we try hard to build some regulation, some law, build on the top of our existing one, update it and make it fit into the current status. And here is some law that existing law, and we have, like you can see the natural environment and natural resource code that we just launched a few weeks ago. In that, and then that's built on the top of the we have focus on many disciplinary, including waste, environmental pollution, and some related to the circular economy, the sustainable consumption production, sustainable public procurement, and other eco-labeling and green label, green building, in order to support the waste, to reduce the waste reduction by all means that we can do. So I would highlight some laws that in here we focus on the sub-degree of 113, that is mainly focused on municipal waste management. And its main focus on the delegation, the function of the waste management to the ground roof, to the sub-national level. And that's not include the function, but we also support the technical assistance as well as the fund to support them to collect, because as the speaker previously also said that the main implementer is on the roof, ground roof, on the sub-national level. And the other, we have a sub-degree on 168. This only focus on the single-use plastic bag, but we mainly a little bit have a narrow scope, and we focus on only the exact size and thickness of the single plastic bag. Only we apply in the supermarket, the big market only, and it is also because to charge the fee around 1.5 cents per bag. And now we are in the process drafting because of the sub-degree 168 is a little bit, the limitation is a bit small, so we want to scale up that. That's why we now drafting the sub-degree of plastic management, and it's in the draft, and we have put some include more single-use plastic, other types, and also some measures to implement that one. And for the national strategies and policy, in here we have start from the Pentagon strategy, which is our big umbrella for the new government mandate, and then see to the national update, national determined contribution, and long-term strategy for carbon neutrality, and circular strategy on environment, and the other. In this, we can see in our international commitment, in our NDC, and as well as the long-term strategy for carbon neutrality, we have put our commitment to reduce our GHG emission, and especially in the 5 sector, including the waste management, waste sector also. And other document, we have a circular strategy and action plan, and we have a 5 strategy objective, and that also include starting from the we call the whole life cycle of the product, and include until the waste, starting from the raw material and the product design, also the how to dump it and recycle. And another one, we have a Cambodia roadmap on sustainable consumption and production, and it's also highlight with the small action related to waste management and sustainable design, also consumption of the product. So this what based on the sub-degree 113, and this is the policy and a little bit detailed action that we do for the policy on municipal solid waste management. So we transfer the function to the sub-national level, and we support them, and we set up the national committee to look at, to overview the solid waste management in Cambodia. So this this national committee is chaired by the Prime Minister, and also we have the member is the we call the governor of the provincial all provincial, the governor of the all provincial, including in that. That's why this is a little bit big, but it's powerful, and we can say that it's have a mandate and good to go with that committee. So we also set up we call state enterprise for waste management, and it also have a mandate to look at the landfill, and we have to, because of our current landfill almost full, and we now seek for the other we call regional landfill. We have a transfer station, and after that we can transfer that to the main landfills. So I mentioned about the budget that we support our sub-national level. So that's fund is from our levy that we took, and it's around $2 million US per year. And so it is used for the subnational level that to build the capacity. And so in order to get that fund, so each province or the commune or the district, they need to submit their proposal, their plan, actual plan to the ministry, and then we look at the priority and then we approve on that. And we have some other like infrastructure material to provide to them because as you can see in Cambodia, because some district they don't have the waste collection services. So we need to provide some equipment and especially like the truck to our provincial department of environment, and then they can collect the waste that have no service to arrive to the area. And some like urban area, they don't have like the truck cannot get into their village, so we need to have like the other three-wheel vehicle to collect that. And this is the main priority document that in our new government mandate, and we put in our ministry the priority action. We call it a circular strategy on environment, and it's mainly focused on three main pillars, such as clean. Clean is mean we focus mainly on the environmental pollution, and in this mandate we focus on solid waste management and plastic reduction. And other one, green, is mean like forest cover or something, and then sustainability. So in our circular strategy on environment, we need to in our priority area we have to develop our sub-degree on the plastic management that are in the draft, and we need to review it again, and then to have put it in the consultation and can implement that. And then the other action like the cleanup activity and the awareness raising, the other awareness raising. So here we have like now my minister and also the ministry we put a focus on we call the campaign, a nationwide campaign to reduce plastic, so-called Today I Don't Use Plastic Bag. So you can imagine that if we do that mainly on the schools with the student, because we think that to have a big impact on the plastic reduction is to work with the student, because they are the one who influence their parents. Also, they are going to be our resource in the future. So it is mainly to mainstream the plastic reduction as well as the environmental perspective in their mind since they are young. So you can imagine that we have reached now 8 million. So one day, like one student not use a plastic bag, like one or two plastic bags. So you can imagine like 1 million students, how can they reduce 1 million or 2 million plastic bags per day? So it's have impact a lot on that. And we have now we go to the stage 2 of our campaign is clean up Cambodia. Khmer can do it. So that's also we think that the main focus, the main thing to look at is like in Cambodia, like people their mind is still like don't realize about the plastic. So you can see some people they throw out the plastic in the public, and that's why we think that the first thing is to clean our city, to make our city clean first, and then after that maybe we can, after we clean that, we sort the plastic, we sort the waste, and then we can recycle and reuse that. That's the point that we think that before we need to make them aware and then put the waste in the proper bin in order to recycle it, and then we can do it. So here it's like a summary of the key actors in our waste management. We have the government, so not only the Ministry of Environment, but we have like Ministry of Interior that look at the manage of the governor of the provincial. So they are the one who have direct power with the province. And we have the Ministry of Economic and Finance, and as well as Ministry of Public Work to deal with the landfill, because we are for the landfill construction is not on our ministry mandate. It's on the Ministry of Public Work to build that, and the other ministry is the Ministry of Health to deal with the medical waste. And we have our DP and civil society, like in that we have a UNDP that have us to develop our CE strategy, as well as we have ICHF that do the national action plan on plastic, that is in the framework of the ASEAN framework that have us to develop the plan. And we have also the plastic roadmap from World Bank, and the other EPR policy brief. So in here is capture all the actors that in our plastic management. And we also have some private sector. It's not the waste collection companies, as well as the key important one is the informal waste picker. That's the key that play very important role in our waste recycling sector in Cambodia. They are very important. So come up to my conclusion. We have some like limit resource of our in our waste management, like the resources as well as the waste infrastructure. Like most of our landfill is the open landfill, and we have only a few with a sanitary landfill, like in Battambong, in Saint Louisville. But because of the waste, we cannot separate at the source. So the duration of the landfill is not exact like we estimate. Like for example, we estimate one landfill is around 20 years or 15 years, but we cannot use to reach that years. And the awareness, you can see that our service, waste collection service can cover only 77% of our municipal waste collection. So we have left out the other, and some infant waste that fall out in the canal waterways, and yes, a lot of that. But if we see the perspective or the awareness of the people, you can see that only 40% that they pay for our collection fee of the people. So only 40%, and some province are less than that. So people may they quite reluctant to pay to aware on the waste, because they think that if they don't pay, that's no issue, and they just bring the waste outside in front of their house or outside the waste. And then if the government or the company cannot collect the waste, so it's make our country, our city is dirt, and it's impact our mandate. So that's why they are quite reluctant to pay for the waste collection fee. And now we are thinking about some measure, and as well as put the waste fee in the property tax, but in the discussion of that. And as I said before, we now try to focus only on the awareness, make people aware of that, and then we clean our city, make our city clean first, and then after that we think about how to sort the waste, because we cannot recycle or do anything if the waste are mixed up together, and it's really difficult to recycle and to make the waste value. And finally, we are thinking also about how to trade the plastic or the waste, or to make plastic credits or something, because in Cambodia we can sell, we have a carbon credit, we can sell carbon from our forest, but now we're thinking about how to sell our plastic, our waste, and to make people more aware and value on the waste. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you for your insightful presentation, Mr. Sovichea Leang. As Mr. Leang highlighted, some key policies along with the key actors of the Cambodian Ministry of Environment, I would now like to open the floor for some questions, if anyone has some by the audience. If anyone has a question they would like to ask, please raise your hand, and our staff will come to you with a microphone. Okay. Yes. Could you please state your name and the name of your organization?
Hi, thank you so much for the very great presentation. My name is Khotphouthone. I'm from the World Bank. I have one question with regards to the single-use plastic, and I think you explained that you were going to expand the scope of the single-use plastic when developing sub-regulation. I'm just interested to know what kind of single-use plastic that you will be expanding in the next round of regulation, and at what basis of a kind of evidence that you are using to include those additional single-use plastic in the sub-regulation. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for your question. For the scaling up the SUP, we want to scale up on the plastic packaging on the F&B sector, because we think that sector is make a lot of plastic and pollution and plastic. So for the measure that we're thinking is think a lot about the tax, but it's in discussion, because it's also, if we ban something, we need to have the alternative to, and maybe some people they may complain about what we ban, because like we ban something, we need to have something in alternative to use instead of that, and otherwise, and then the price of the good maybe rise up, and that will be the question for the government and question from the public, how to solve that. And we also need to think about the WTO also, because if we ban, and how to impact the.
Do you have any study or any assessment what single-use plastic is important? Are you using any kind of results from the assessment to come up with the list of the SUP for the next round of addition?
Yes, we have based on the study from the top 10 plastic from the World Bank, and we also have some study related to some awareness. I forgot that some study that point out in that sector is what we can look at that, and especially also yeah, we have.
Thank you, Ms. Rieko and Mr. Sovichea. You may now return to your seat. Next up, we have Ms. Palina Khotphouthone.Deputy Director at the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment of the Lao PDR. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
So, good afternoon, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am Palina Khotphouthone from Department of Environment, I am honored to represent both of the government and the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment. In this capacity, I am privileged to present an overview of the waste management practice within the Lao PDR. This presentation aims to enhance your understanding of the system employed in our nation's waste management strategies. Today, the content that I will be present and share today including the following topic like current status on the waste management in Laos and waste management implementation system and institutional and legal framework and challenges and way forward. So today I would like to start from the evidence by the diagram that show you this diagram is like several interconnected factors and at significantly impact waste management in within the Lao PDR. So you will see on the picture within the factor is includes for the socio-economic development, infrastructure construction projects, urbanization, and industrial development and tourist industry, the movement of goods and people, and the capacity of the staff, and also limited public awareness regarding proper waste disposal practice and infrastructure dedicated to the waste collection and disposal. So, in this critical to recognize the interconnected nature of these elements as each contribute to the overall challenge of effective waste management in Lao PDR. Yeah. As you know, in our country, Lao PDR is quite similar with other developing countries in the Southeast Asia and for the globally. Confront significant challenge in the municipal solid waste management, and this includes the hazardous material and a general lack of capacity and at the municipal level to implement proper waste management in practice. The current practice of communicating all waste type for indiscriminate disposal lead to the economic inefficiency within the waste valorization chains. This essential equal to the loss of recoverable resource and promote the premature disposal of waste with the potential extended lifespan. Furthermore, landfill sites across the Lao PDR provinces are characterized by their rudimentary design and construction lacking the necessary sanitation measures. This open dump is least capacity speed due to the excessive waste volume, significantly reducing their operation life. So in Laos, we have the classification of the waste into the three types, like general waste, hazardous waste, and healthcare waste. So for the general waste, is belong to the Mekong, and for the hazardous waste, is depend on the classification. For the hazardous is maybe belong to the Department of Ministry of Investment, and for the healthcare, no. For the hazardous waste is belong to the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, and for the healthcare waste is belong to the Ministry of Health to take care of. So this is the landfill. The landfill in Lao PDR. Lao PDR is within the 7 provinces, and we have the 130 landfill sites just open dumping, and we have 7 sanitary landfill and 11 control landfill. And this is the current of the landfill within the country. It's like open dumpings. Yeah. Let me continue for the municipal and hazardous waste management in Laos. As I mentioned, for the municipal waste is belong to the Vientiane City Office for Management and Service, or we call VCOM, had undertake municipal waste, solid waste management in the whole area of Vientiane. And for the garbage is collected door to door from the household, shop, market and office and other sources. The waste was transported to the transfer station or directly to the landfill, where it were segregated on site and off site to recycling valuable material like metal, paper and other. For the garbage collection is outsourced to 2 of VCOMs own collection and 10 private collectors. And VCOM allocate the collect area village for each collection company. These 12 companies hold monthly meeting with the VCOM and headquarters regarding collect plan and program. And for the valuable are collected mainly by the recycling companies. For the method of collecting valuable resource by recycling company, in addition to the direct collection from the market and restaurant, there is a private recycling center on the permit of Cambodia with purchase valuable from the waste pickers. This picture is like a working process in the recycling center at the Camp32. So there is a recycling center on there. Waste picker bring the valuable resource process date, and the process date is from Monday and to Saturday. You will see on the slides. And for the hazardous and industrial waste management, so this for the hazardous waste is belong to the Department of Industry and Commerce, had a loan to conduct factory inspection at the time and issue of the operation license. And for the DOLE or Department of Natural Resources and Environment is carry out the educational activity related to the hazardous waste management in the community and school. And for the healthcare waste, we come contact with 17 healthcare waste facility for the proper transport and disposal of the healthcare waste. Dedicate, we contract collect the healthcare waste from those facility and transport to the Camp32. The waste is treatment by the incinerator and non-incinerated healthcare waste in disposal of the special piece now. For the Department of Public Works and Transportation is not responsible for the hazardous waste. But however, in the event of an environmental problem, they may join a special team for countermeasures. WICOM is a provider of municipal waste collection and disposal service. Yeah. Also, this is the inland-based survey for the import and product of plastic packaging and product. In our country also, we have to import the plastic, but import like production. You will see the percentage of the plastic that come import in our country. You will see for the rubber is 100%, but for the animal and animal products is just 5%, or vegetable products is 5%, and food stuff is 5%. This is and for the we also have the export also. You will see at the slides. That's for the system of the implementation. Let me continue to the institutional and legal framework of the waste management in our country. For the institutional framework, government waste management in Lao PDR comprise the following ministerial entity, like Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, and Ministry of Public Work and Transportation, and Ministry of Industry and Commerce, and Ministry of Health that I have to mention before, to take care of the any classification of the waste. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment is in charge of the formulating policy and a plan for the overall environmental measure, including the waste management and coordinating related ministry and agency. On the other hand, the actual waste management work is under the jurisdiction of the different ministry and agency depending on the type of waste. In the central government, the Ministry of Public Work and Transportation oversees general waste. The Ministry of Industry and Commerce is in charge of industrial waste, and the Ministry of Health is in charge of the medical waste. The specific standard and rule of the prepare mainly based on the ministerial ordinance created and promoting by the relevant ministry and agency for each type of waste. At the municipal waste, the Urban Development Administration Authority, or we call UDA, with each municipality carry out solid waste management with work like a collection, transportation, intermediate treatment, and final disposal. This is the overall in our country. For the law and regulation related to waste management, as you know, in Lao PDR Lao is a party to various international environmental treaties such as the Basel Convention, and Myanmar is the main government agency. In Laos, there is no basic law on waste management. Still, the environmental protection law stipulates basic matter and the type of waste and classification into two types, like general waste and hazardous waste. However, the law and bylaw related to waste management are in the page as shown in the below. Like right now we have the environmental law. Right now we have to revise, and the other law like law and chemical management, decree on waste management, healthcare facilities, decree on EIA, decree on adaptation and promotion of national environmental standard, ministerial instruction and ministerial instruction on the hazardous waste, something. So for the environmental protection law, on the part T, chapter T, toxical chemical control and waste disposal, this is mentioned for the waste management and disposal, and but for the law on chemical, it related to the hazardous waste. So for the Article 9, Article 20, 21st, 22 and 23. So for the decree on environmental impact assessment, this is basically EIA procedure. We have to control for the classification of waste related to project is and so in the table. For the category 1 IEE, the project related to solid waste management, we have to mention which the project is have to do the IEE and which project to do the EIA, depend on the type of the project that we mentioned. And after that, we have some law and regulation and strategy inside the country that related to control of the waste in our country. Yeah, this is law and regulation that related to the waste management. However, we have on that we have some challenges of waste management in our country also. The first thing is a legislative framework concerning specific waste management and disposal practice remain inadequate. Enforcement mechanism for regulation and environmental monitoring are yet to be fully implemented. And other thing that waste segregation effort is lacking, resulting in committing of all waste type for indiscrimination disposal. This practice lead to economic interfacing between the waste valorization chains. And for the third point is nationwide landfill sites are currently experiencing capacity issue. And the fourth is the urban center of Vientiane and municipality to the Lao PDR lack dedicated to waste processing facility capable of handling and high volume of general waste, particularly organic and plastic fraction. And the last point is the absence of supporting policy and infrastructure in the promote of the waste to resort this strategy impendis and adopt to the 3R principle. This is some strategies that we have to conclude for the waste management in our country. So, from the science and the current situation of the waste management, we have the way forward for how to solve the problem that we have. We put for the short term, we have to promote the 3R principle to central and local levels, and increasing awareness on solid waste and hazardous waste management in household community to the public-private sector and local people, and monitor, motivate, guide, and strengthening the natural resource and environment sector of provinces and district for collection, evaluation, and analysis of solid waste and hazardous waste management. For long term, develop the strategy on waste management. Develop the decree on waste management according to the environmental protection law. Develop the specific regulation for the solid waste and hazardous waste. Promote the 3R principles to central, local, and private sector levels. Monitor and support for activity implementation of solid waste and hazardous waste. Yeah, this is the some activity that we have to try to promote. So on that, for the technical demand of solid waste and hazardous waste, for the technical assistance required to advance project will be included, like developing the national strategy for waste management, issue law decree on waste management, developing the regulation, developing the economic instrument for the waste and for the solid waste and hazardous waste, developing an action plan of solid waste and hazardous waste, identifying potential pilot project, developing the facility and infrastructure for the solid waste and hazardous waste. This is the some technical demand that we have to take into account. Yes, from the conclusion or predict the way forward. In our country, we also developed the national plastic action plan that we have to we receive the help from the World Bank that have to present at in the morning. So right now we also come to the final draft of the NPAP. We call NPAP. So I would like to show you for the script of the NPAP. We call the National Plastic Action Plan from 2022 to 2030. The reason and necessary to create the National Plastic Action Plan for Laos. First thing, to manage the use, production, and disposal of plastic waste through the country. And the second, to contribute to the reduction of the greenhouse gas to at least 60% in 2020, and set out the national plan in the National Determination Contribute NDC Lao PDR, and to contribute to achieve the Sustainable Development Goal, to reduce the amount of garbage sent to the landfill and reduce the government's budget in the create the new landfill, to show the intention of the Lao PDR in cooperation with the other countries in solving environmental problems. The overview of current and future plastic waste in Laos. This garbage management is using only collection and disposing method that I have to report. Right? In our country, we don't have the segregation as so we have to put all together. Okay, let me. This is the vision of the NPAP toward reduction, use, and sustainable management of plastic. The objective of the NPAP we put on to determine the manage and infrastructure of use, production, and disposal of plastic, to reduce the plastic leaking into the environment, to create the volume of waste and use resource, to limit the use of necessary of single-use plastic. Yeah. And this is the we set the goal of the NPEP for the we have almost 4 goal that I will go to ahead. This is the picture that we have to this is the, and also we put the activity or program into the 3 phase. You will see the different from the phase 1. We start from the 22 to 23, 24, and the second phase and the third phase. We have to put. On that we for the NPEP we also put the program of each phase. Also, you will see on that. For the short term, long term, and the long term, and also we put the implementation mechanism that we put on the loan and sector involved in the implementation of the NPEP also. Okay. So in my presentation is come to the end. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for sharing your detailed knowledge on the current situation of solid and hazardous waste management in the Lao PDR. Now, if the audience has any questions, I will count to 3. So if anyone would like to ask, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Okay, as it seems as there are no questions from the audience, you may now return to your seat. Thank you very much. Now, can we have Mr. Tin Ming Chu, Deputy Director of the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Conservation of Myanmar. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Good afternoon, Excellencies, Secretary General of the ASEAN-Korean Center, Mr. Kim, and also distinguished speakers and representatives from the ASEAN member states and all the representatives. Thank you for this opportunity to present our country's waste management strategies. The topics I'm going to present is the National Waste Management Strategy and Master Plan in Myanmar. So, this is the contents of my presentations. First, I would like to highlight the key policies and regulations to solid waste management at national level, and then try to do a short summarizing of the waste characterizations and how the current status of the waste management. And then I will try to add a bit detail of the National Waste Management Strategy and Master Plans, and then how the ongoing process of the regulations and the developing. So the next slides I will try to present the key policies. So in 2012, we have the important stage of the regulations we call the Environmental Conservation Law. And then 2014, we developed the environmental conservation rules. So then in 2015, the environmental impact assessment procedure, and also we developed the National Environmental Quality Emission Guidelines. Then in 2018, we have the National Waste Management Strategies and Master Plan. And then 2023, we developed again the procedures on transboundary movement of hazardous waste or other waste. So this is the some of the data of the waste characterizations, just for the not for the specific cities, just for the national level. You can see the pictures of waste generations. So we have in 2018, so we have 0.63 kilogram per persons per day. But it's estimated that 2025 we will have 0.85. So that's more increasing. The trend is increasing. Regarding the waste compositions, as the same other developing countries, so we have the organic waste is 54%, and other waste, the plastics is 60%, and paper 8%, metal, glass, and other just around 7%. So let me take a look at the current status of the waste management systems. Some of the cities, according to the waste generation, so we don't have too much facilities. Because of the many constraints, we don't have the financial constraints, technological constraints, and are the same as other developing countries. So we have some sorting. It's just a two simple way. It's wet and drying. And then mostly it's go to the landfill. So because the landfill is not sanitary, so we have many environmental impacts to the air emissions, like water emissions. So, but some of the big cities, we have some of the incinerations or some of the very informal sector as recycling activities. But most of the cities all over the countries, that is the mostly all other cities like this kinds of management system. So to be honest, so we have to promote very challenges to overcome these issues. So this is some of the photos. You can see just not proper management, just collections. This is some of the cities, and also you can see the dumping site is very in not proper way, just so like a methane or is any pollution problems. So you can see. So, but anyway, to overcome these kinds of challenges, we developed the National Waste Management and Strategy as a master plans and 2080s to 2030s. The vision is sustainable, green, clean, and healthy environment towards a brighter future for Myanmar. And the mission is to develop and implement the holistic and integrated waste management strategy based on the principles of inclusiveness, like a zero waste, emissions, and circular economy to achieve a greener, cleaner, and healthier environment in Myanmar. So, this is just a summary of the framework of the National Waste Management Strategy and Master Plans. So we have the environmental policy, and we have the, at the national level, we have the Environmental Conservation Committee, that is the highest level of the committee in all of the environmental affairs, including the waste management. So under these institutions, we have now the National Waste Management Strategy and Master Plan, and then we will have all kinds of waste like solid waste, industrial waste, and e-waste, and other kinds of waste. So trying to meet the sustainable targets of the framework. So let me try to explain a little bit about the guiding principles of our national waste management strategy. So all of the other countries already mentioned. It's like a polluter pay principles, precautionary principles, and proximity principles, and consultation principles, and share responsibility and resource conservation. So according to the National Waste Management Strategy and Master Plan, we have the 6 goals. The goal A is to do proper collections. Goal B is to manage the industrial waste properly. Goal C is to promote the 3 R's. And goal D is to be the financial mechanisms. That is the same like Cambodia, and the same like other developing countries. So, and also goal is to raise the awareness and capacity building. And finally, our goal F is to be compliance, the monitoring, enforcement, the things like that. So that is the key goal of the National Waste Management Strategy and Master Plan. So every goal has the targets. So let me try to be focused on goal A. Have 2 targets regarding to the short term, mid term, and long term. The first target is to achieve the proper waste collections service for all citizens. The target 2 is to eliminate the uncontrolled dumping and banning in the cities for environmental sound disposal facilities. This is the targets for goal B, is to mandate the separate collections and sound treatment of hazardous waste, including the medical waste, and to be the proper collections and treatment of the industrial waste. This is the goal C, to mandate the development of city waste management strategies, because this is the national waste management strategy, and also every city should have to develop their specific strategies for each cities. And the second one is to mandate the introductions of targets for delivering the food waste from the landfill site, and also to separate the collection and set recycling targets for industrial, medical, and other waste. So for the goal D, the financial mechanisms is to the target is all cities and townships development committees conduct full cost accounting for waste service, and also all city and township development committees establish cost reflective tariffs for waste management service. This is for goal E, for the awareness raising, to increase the number of townships to implement the standard awareness raising programs, and also to increase the number of schools in township to be the environmental education programs. This is for goal F. That's for the compliance. This is the monitoring enforcement. So all cities and townships to be established performance indicators, which indicator they have to be monitored, and also to increase the number of successful enforcement actions against the non-compliance entities and by city and township development committee. So to implement the National Waste Management Strategy and Master Plans, we will have the priorities, for example, high-level political endorsement and commitment, and legislation and regulations, and monitoring and performance assessment, and trying to mobilize the resources, and committed and partnership building, and choice of the technology and awareness raising. So it's close to the end of my presentations. I just trying to present what is the ongoing process of some of the regulations in Myanmar. So we are now the final draft for the guideline for the EV batteries, waste and other e-waste. And also we are developing the national plastic action plans. And also now we are just the beginning stage of the standard operating procedure of the waste management system in coastal lines area. That is the very just beginning. So this is my end of the presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Tin Min Tu. I would like to open the floor once again for questions by the audience. Okay, well, I have a question for Mr. Tin Min Tu. This year, Myanmar's National Waste Management Strategy and Master Plan just passed the halfway mark. And as you mentioned, the government of Myanmar has set specific targets for each goal and has been working towards achieving them. So what kind of policy approaches or economic instruments have been the most successful in promoting sustainable waste management, and what kind of challenges have you faced towards this?
Some of the targets we cannot complete it, just trying to developing. For example, the financial mechanism. So we are still under discussing in some of the major cities. For example, because we have many constraints. You already understand. I think like in other developing countries. For example, the willingness to pay of the public, the people. is still the same as like Cambodia. He also mentioned that because the trade is very, very cheap, but if at the actual cost, if we try to balance the cost and the tax, so we have still the challenges. So that is still we will try to deploy with the financial mechanisms, and on other side, we are trying to promote the awareness of and also their environmental education. Also, we have very big challenges. I think that's the same other like developing countries.
Okay, thank you very much. You may now return to your seat. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Yongchul Jang from Chungnam National University in South Korea, and we're presenting integrated management of municipal solid waste toward the circular economy in Korea. Since I have 15 minutes, so I try to give you some kind of overview of sustainable solid waste management Korea with management policy, some statistics and accomplishments, and also key lessons to learn over the last few decades. This figure illustrates the concept of 3R policy: reductions, reuse, recycling, and especially Korea is such a small country. Lao PDR is the land size is 250 square kilometer. South Korea was 100,000 kilometers. So, which means about only 40% of the Lao PDR, and also the population. I think Laos population is about 7.5 million. South Korea is 50 million. So large populations and smaller land size, and so which means a lot of solid waste produced, and also there are very limited landfill space available. So we have to make some kind of zero waste activities, as well as zero landfill policy. So these are the concepts for waste management and circular economy. And we have about 40 years regulation laws history. And the first, the solid waste management law was enacted in 1986, and Recycling Act also was prepared 1992. So it's more than 30 years ago. So we have. So as you can see on the this slide, on the left-hand side, there's waste treatment and disposal, the policy and regulations. And the right-hand side, there's recycling policy and act. So there are several solid waste laws and over the 40 years. And on the top, couple of years ago, there was a new act, the Circular Economy Act, replacing the Resource Circulation Act. So there is some keep developing of the Waste Management Act. And over the this is a 10 years resource circulation plan in Korea. As you can see, there is a vision to build sustainable circular economy with 3R policy, and there are specific targets: waste reduction 20% and maximizing recycling 82% by 2022, and minimizing landfilling from 9% to 3%. There are specific targets with the life cycle concept and then waste reduction policy. And over the 30 years, the 3R policy has been successfully implemented. In each stage, there are a number of regulation and policy program. For example, on the top reduction stage, there is a reduction of single-use plastics and volume-based fee system, or pay as you throw program, and also there are food waste reduction program, things like that. So we have in each 3R stage, there are a number of the management policy and programs up and running so far. And in order to effectively manage municipal solid waste, key roles and responsibility of each stakeholder must be identified and firmly established, clearly established. And the governance among the stakeholders is very important. So from manufacturer or producer and distributors and consumers and collectors, waste collectors and recyclers, and so all key stakeholders should be take their responsibility and roles to manage solid waste. In Korea, I'm sorry. These are the. I'm not sure you can see the slide. This is the recent statistic in Korea. As you can see on the top, the municipal solid waste recycling rate is 60%. The landfilling rate is about 10%, and also industrial waste also more than a 70% recycling rate, and construction waste almost more than a 90%. So a lot of the very high recycling rates can be seen in each solid waste. And as of 2022, and this table shows the waste generation of municipal solid waste in Korea over the past 6 years. And on the right hand side, that's 2022. So on a daily basis, about more than 56,000 tons per day of municipal solid waste was generated, and out of that, there's the middle part, volume-based disposable waste. That's about 40% out of 56,000 tons per day, and then the gray area, that's recyclables like papers and plastics and cans and glasses. That's about 18,000 tons, and also the food waste at the bottom. You can see the food waste. So the food waste and recyclable the waste pretty much effectively collected and recycled, but in the non-recyclable or disposable bag waste usually treated at incineration facility or landfill. And these are the diagram for the municipal solid waste floor. On the top, there are some source of separation, collection, and recycling stream, usually operated by EPR system. And then on the bottom, there's a mixed waste stream or non-recyclable waste, usually treated by incineration and landfill. And this is the 40 years treatment trend of municipal solid waste in South Korea from 1982 and to 2022. So you can see on the top there's a landfill rate was almost more than 95% in 1982 until probably almost 95 years, and then the landfilling rate keep decreasing over time, and then the middle, the green color, that's a recycling trend over the 40 years. As you can see, there are keep increasing over the years from early 90 until so far. So there are over the more than 10 years, this the recycling rate is pretty stable and well established recycling rate, as you can see. The red color is incineration trend in these figures, and this trend is largely affected by waste management policy. For example, in Korea, we adopted a volume-based fee system, which means pay as you throw. So system in 1995, and also 2003 there was a EPR system started, and also 2006 there was a food waste landfill ban of food waste in 2006. And then also, when you in Korea, when you throw food waste, you have to pay. So there is some disposable fee system for food waste about 10 years ago. So that program has been implemented over the 10 years. And this is the food waste waste trend. As you can see, in early 1996, food waste pretty much treated in landfill, and then 2004 and 6, there was a landfill ban on food waste. So the green part is that's the recycling area. So pretty much as of now, all food waste is required for source separation and recycling in Korea. So this is some kind of quick overview of the achievement. It was 1990. The recycling rate is only 4.6%. Right now it's 60%. Incineration was also 1.8%. Right now it's 24%. On the right hand side, as you can see, 1990, that's almost 90% landfill of municipal solid waste. But as of now, it's only 10%. So we still try to reduce this landfilling rate more by regulation. And I think EPR, extended producer responsibility, the policy is one of the key effective tool for collection and recycling of solid waste, and this is some kind of a concept. So a producer should take a more extended responsibility to their product for recycling, as well as product design. And EPR program, or EPR system, is not just a simple and easy to operate. There is a lot of stakeholders involved, from not only just the producer, but also collector, recycler, or also some the government sector, and PRO, or producer responsible organizations, and local government, even consumer. There's a lot of stakeholders have to take their role for the EPR implementation. So and right now is everything is kind of ICT-based register system was established for monitoring and also the compliance for this EPR program. And so this is a quick overview of the EPR system. And EPR system is also supported by other policy program. For example, the consumer have to participate source separation, and also the recyclers, collector, have to follow the collection and sorting and recycling standard. They have to follow that. Also, there is some financial mechanism to support recycler and collectors, and also some enforcement by local government, whether is there any non-recyclable material in recycling the floors. So there are a number of supporting program for the EPR. And these are the recent the statistic. Because a lot of people talk about some plastics, so I would like to mention some recycling of plastic waste from household by EPR in 2022. In the middle, there is a sales amount. There's a about a little more than 1 million ton of plastic packaging products, and in the middle there is a actual recycle amount is 970,000 tons, so almost 97% collected from plastic packaging that was sold on the market. So, which is a huge achievement by collection and recycling this in the EPR system. So, and this figure shows that the EPR study, the 2003, so over the almost 20 years, how much plastic packaging recycled from 2003 until 2022. So it's been a keep increasing over the last 20 years in this figure. So there is a government some mandatory recycling rates, and the producer or producer responsible organization follow the obligation rates. So as you can see, pretty much they are achieved the mandatory recycling rate over the 20 years. So there are some key lessons in solid waste management in Korea. The first one is recyclables waste effectively collected and managed by EPR system, supported by other policy as well as some sorting and recycling infrastructures. And there are also positive effects, things like economic benefits, greenhouse gas reductions, and job creation, which I don't provide, but there are some evidence on this positive effects. And also the solid waste management is not just collection or recycling program. In order to effectively manage and recycle all the solid waste, that it should be a very integrated approach from production and collection and generation and recycling. So we learned a lot of good lessons over the years. Of course, there are many big fights between producers and collector, recycler, consumer, NGOs, but we've been I think a good accomplishment over the few decades. Challenges, still how to reduce solid waste. This is a big challenge still, and zero waste movement, and especially plastic circularity. Korea's plastic circularity is only, I would say, about less than 20%. So we should increase product circularity. So that's another big challenge. And also, starting 2030, there will be zero landfill policy. So you can dump any household garbage waste in landfill directly. So you have to pre-treat it, or you have to recycle or incinerate. So there will be zero landfill policy. And also our incinerators are getting old, so we have to renovate, and new incineration facility are needed. So there are some issues, especially in Seoul area. It's a mega city. Where should we put the new big incinerator? So we still don't know where to go. So there are some issues. And future directions, as you mentioned, other countries' experts, regulatory supports are very important. Technical developments are very should be invested, and also circular business models like sharing, reuse, and zero waste shop, and circular collection and feedstocks. There are some economic issues and economic support. Sometimes not just only incentive, but also we need some kind of a penalty on, especially on single-use plastic, things like that. And then social aspects will be very important. This is raising public awareness, as you other experts mentioned that. So, and also circular supply chain of the product will be very important. So there are a lot of work to do, but we have good and many experiences that we can share with ASEAN region. So we'll be ready to support all your circular economy and sustainable waste management efforts. Thank you so much for your attention. This is my end of presentation. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for your insightful presentation on Korea's waste management policies, Professor Jang. Well, now I will open the floor for any questions. Yes, Mr. Tim too.
Thank you, sir. Very big information, especially for the EPR, extended producer responsibility. A lot of highlights in the presentations. I have some questions about EPR.
Okay.
So you mentioned that EPR have a lot of stakeholders, and maybe for developing countries, for example, for Myanmar, if we develop the EPR as tools to promote the recycling rate of the management systems, so that can be used for the for those kinds of countries which have many constraints, like financial or technical constraints. So is that possible to use these tools as the transitional stage of the country? Is it possible or not?
Yeah, definitely. We need to have a good EPR program, not only just in Myanmar, in other Asian countries. I've been working on this EPR readiness and preparation for plastic waste with the World Bank. There is a report available on the website, especially EPR readiness for plastic waste in the Philippines. So, and also Ryoko can share like some kind of a checklist of EPR readiness and preparedness for the solid waste so I can share if you need. And also, since Korean government has been implementing this EPR program more than 20 years, the government, semi-government agencies will support, and will have some kind of EPR help desk available, maybe for the website and for the some country need basis. We can have some kind of consultation program for the especially Asian country from government side. So yeah, we're happy to share. Keiko, you want to?
Thank you.
Okay, we have another question.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Sabadi, my name is Tony from Somali. I'm very impressed with your 3R analysis and very interesting number. Because I saw your number since 1990s. All 3R is performance is very well. So my question is, I'm not sure that you have in your study you have include some export. I'm not sure we can call waste, or maybe not yet waste, like used clothes that Korean export to another country, like in Laos. Since late 1990s, we have imported a lot of used vehicle to Laos. So of course, some of that will become waste in Laos too. Not include the automotive products, but fashion products.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what my question is, but I need, because this topic, this seminar, we're talking about regional and national on research on the plastic. So I'm not sure that we can have some policy, like, for example, when Korean export used product to another country, whether it should have any policy to how to minimize the waste to the third country, something like that.
Yeah, this good and very important question. And for example, let's say we have this Samsung computer, okay, and we sell a lot of Samsung computer to other country. So you might ask to Samsung, you take back, you collect, and you recycle, but you can ask. You can request Samsung Electronic Company. Maybe you build sorting and collection system, and even recycling system. So producers have to take a responsibility of their product. Even I think exports, domestically they do have a responsibility. But why not exports? That doesn't mean producer take all responsibility for collection, sorting, recycling, but they do have some part of responsibility for their product. That's my aspect. And you talked about clothing, and I know the Korea has been exporting used clothing to Asian country and even in Africa. So I think sooner or later there will be some regulations on exporting of used clothing in the coming years, I expect. So because the textile waste, clothing waste, is one of the hot topic that we need to establish some circular economy or a textile circular economy in the maybe in the coming years very soon, I think. So we have to make sure we don't pollute other countries by exporting used or any solid waste to other countries. So yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Once again, I would like to pass this to Madam Palina, who is our Lao policy maker. Maybe we should consider about when we import used products in another country, we should have our own country rules. I would like to pass
for example, under the EPR system, even importers in Korea, Korea also have some product imports outside, and the importer have to take a responsibility as well. But in your country also, importers. Not only just export, importers and producers, they do have their part, but we cannot say, oh, you are the only one that responsible for your product. That's not what I'm saying. We have to share responsibility. So EPR is some kind of a shared responsibility approach. So local government, collector, consumer, recyclers, producer, but the producer is the one who make a product. They know the product. They need to make an eco-friendly design the product. They have to do it. So they are the major player, but not just only one player, but they are some major key players. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Thank you very much. Due to time constraint, I think that will be all.
Thank you so much.
If you have any more questions, we will have a networking session just after this, so you can talk to all the speakers. Yes, Professor, you can return to your seat.